Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mythos, a Smite God concept show. My name is Falcon. Today we're going to be going over the goddess Po, who is the lunar goddess of the Mayan pantheon. Po's description is that she is a slender teenage goddess. Her weapons are wands that have crystals attached to the ends of them, as you can see in the artwork. Her abilities all cause the spheres around her to activate whenever they are used. She uses a green color scheme with purple highlights. Her basic attacks, she flicks her wrists, and projectiles fly out of the wands. She is a mage, but she is located in the duo lane, much like Soul. She is a magical ADC, who has high burst and objective push with low escape. She was made much before Soul was ever thought of. Stat-wise, she would be similar to Soul. I kind of based her off of Freya. I think, maybe not, I may have forgotten, that the numbers are not balanced. It's all theory crafted, so base it off of the theory crafting, not off of the actual numbers. So she is an old WoW remake that's been tweaked a little bit because you can't just do that, considering old WoW still has a lot of her old kit. So her first ability, which is her passive, so it's technically not her ability, but whatever, is Lunar Spheres. Po draws upon the power of 5 lunar spheres. When she uses an ability, it activates the corresponding sphere. When all spheres are activated, the duration of all of them are reset to their maximum amount of time. If she dies while this is active, she respawns 50% faster on a 3-minute cooldown, maybe increased if needed. Astral Sphere is always activated. All spheres last 8 seconds. Astral Sphere is a buff that gives her MP5, scaling from 12 to 20, as I have noted. She has the extra addition of the resetting her cooldown faster because MP5 isn't nearly as good in my opinion as HP5 in most cases. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I don't know. Her first ability is Eclipse. Po summons an eclipse that surrounds her and follows her at 95% of her movement speed in the last 8 seconds. She and her allies are stealthed inside of the eclipse. This is very similar to the current new wall, but more on the... Anyway, we'll just keep going. Attacks break stealth. When Eclipse's duration ends or Po activates the ability again, Eclipse's center collapses, pulling all enemies to the center and causing damage. This is a stealth damage control, or area damage control ability. It does fairly low damage, going from 50 to 170 with 60% magic contribution on a 14-second cooldown, because I think that the old cooldown was ridiculous. And when you activate this ability, Eclipse Spear activates, which increases your attack speed from 10 to 50%. It's a big steroid, but it's on a movement speed ability, or not really a movement speed ability, but a stealth ability. Depends on how you want to use it. Really cool, works like her old fog, I like it. Her second ability is Star Surge. This is a life steal ability. Po fills with the power of the moon, giving her increased life steal. Life steal can surpass the cap and can work against towers. This is a buff, 10-second cooldown. 15% or 15 to 35% life steal. The passive is that it gives 10 to 30% movement speed. This will activate the star sphere. So it's just a lot of life steal. Life steal's not great on mages, but if you can get enough of it, I think that it would still be good. Maybe not, I don't know. Just pure healing. This replaces her old minions. Her third ability is Moonfall. Po summons a fragment of the moon that crashes at a targeted location, dealing damage and stunning enemies for 1 second. The damage is increased the closer that the source of the ability is from her. 1.5% damage at point blank range. This is a targeted ability. It's also a stun. It's her only major CC. It has a 12-second cooldown. It does 60 to 220 damage with 60% magic scaling, so at 1.5 it would deal 110 more damage, so 310 plus 60% scaling, so that would, whatever. This activates the Moon Sphere, which causes basic attacks to hit enemies within 15 units for 60% of her total damage. This is a carbon copy of her old one, except it's not fire-based, it is damage-based. This is her main clear and CC ability. Moving on to her ultimate. This is also the same as old WoW, but a little bit different. Heavenly Pillars. Po summons a heavenly pillar to imprison her enemies for 6 seconds. 4 moon pillars form a square of energy filled around the area that she targets. It's a 50-unit area, so 50 square. Enemies who pass through the pillar are take damage and are slowed. Enemies who attempt to use movement speed abilities to leave it take half damage and are teleported back after 1 second. So if you use a leap, a teleport, a dash to try to get out of it, you'll still take half the damage and you'll be teleported back. You can beads and not have to do that, but you're basically, you have to fight. This is a structure, it does damage if they do it. It's also a little bit of crowd control. 80-second cooldown. The damage that it does is 100 to 500 plus 50% magical power. Fairly low for an ultimate, but it's not meant to do the damage. It has a 35 to 55% slow for 5 seconds, kind of a long slow. And then it has Heavenly Sphere is activated. This does 1.2 to 2 times basic attack damage. Her old one used to do just 2 times, and I felt like maybe that was a little too much. So this one does not quite as much, but it scales up. Might rework it to do slightly more in the top end, just to make up for the weaker start. But who knows? We'd have to see. Like it had to be seen how good she is. You can beads like if you dash away, you can beads away the teleport back. But other than that, you have to fight her inside of it. The whole concept is that she is a boxer, right? She has a stun, she has a lot of power. With some of the items that we've gotten, she can do a lot if you look at her kit. The 35% lifesteal with the 30% movement speed with the 50% attack speed really gives her the ability to get a lot of damage out. Again, all of it would need to be tested, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any god concepts you'd like to see me make and do a show about, let me know in the comments down below. If you like to talk about any of the abilities and thoughts and just anything about this, note that this character was made long before Soul was thought of, so some of the things may overlap with how Soul plays, but who knows. Other than that, my name is Falcon. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd like to encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe, and just give me some stuff. Let me know what you think. Bye, guys.